Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Chandler. Here's your talking points for this week. We're just 37 days from the next Texas legislative session, and Lubbock is sending a new face to the Texas House. Incoming Representative Carl Tepper was down in Austin this week for freshman orientation, and we'll catch up with him about how he's planning to get to work for the South Plains. And more money, more problems. Texas is blessed, maybe cursed, with a $27 billion budget surplus heading into this session, and everyone wants a slice. So this could set up state leaders for an embarrassment of riches. And to make sense of it all, we turn to one of Texas's preeminent Capitol insiders, the publisher of the Quorum Report, Harvey Kronberg.
From the studios of KAMC Television in Lubbock, your local election headquarters. This is Talking Points.
And happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. Lubbock's next representative, Carl Tepper, says he may be new to the legislature, but he's not new to politics. And the former chairman of the Lubbock County Republican Party sure knows local politics, at least enough to survive a brutal runoff primary against David Glasheen this May. Don't you miss those ads? But now he's stepping into the largest arena of his political career. He's replacing retiring Representative John Frullo for House District 84, which includes almost all of Lubbock and northwest Lubbock County. He's joining about 25 other new members of the Texas House, and he went down to the Capitol this week for freshman orientation, where he got his first sense of the camaraderie or maybe the competition. We caught up with him this week to hear how he's preparing to serve his new district. Is representative-elect the right title for you now?
Yeah,
you'll be officially sworn in on the 10th, right?
Sometimes they say Carl, sometimes they say it just kind of depends. So.
Fair enough. How has it been meeting all the fellow freshmen? You're getting situated at freshman orientation this week?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been really fulfilling to see how many of the freshmen are really just earnest people trying to do the right thing and have a great love for Texas and their constituency and their hometowns. And so I'm inspired by them. I'm intimidated by a couple. There's some real smart people here. So I hope I can keep up and do a good job for Lubbock.
Is it a lot of camaraderie, or is there some competition there too? What's the mood as you're all trying to figure it out?
I think people are sizing each other up a little bit, but there's been an awful lot of camaraderie. Republicans and Democrats alike. So that's been nice to see. The Texas House has a long tradition of collegiality, and looks like they're going to try to carry that forward this session.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you been meeting with some former members, some of the old guard? I don't know if the speaker has been there to kind of guide you through the process. Who have kind of been your mentors through this process?
The speaker opened the orientation session and set the tone, very collegial tone. He expects us to work together. He reminded us that politics is the art of the possible. So to keep ourselves measured, we're going to have some fracas, but try to remember that, going into the future, into the legislature, that you might disagree with somebody on one issue, but they might be your swing vote in the next. So you got to kind of keep things to a level.
So you are pre-filing some bills to make sure that they are ready on day one. What do those look like? What's the first bill that you'll put on the floor?
I don't know what the first one will be. I've got about 10 out there. Some of my biggest priorities are property tax reform, appraisal reform, and capping property taxes. There's some ground level stuff like if a farmer or someone has a property the parcel is over 2 different counties, they get to choose their appraiser, the chief appraiser that they'd like to appraise their property. There's a surplus this year. I promise you it's been spent 12 times over by the different legislators I've talked to during the session. So budgeting is going to be a big deal this year, and what's going to happen with that surplus. We're also working on and keeping a really close eye. Now, this is much higher level stuff than a freshman, but I'll be a little bit of a voice in it. And what's going to happen with Texas Tech and higher education funding in the state of Texas? Are we going to finally, give Texas Tech and maybe some of the other emerging tier 1 research universities the respect they deserve at this point and the state funding they deserve at this point, especially compared with Texas Tech. I'm sorry, with the University of Texas and Texas A&M and their PUF fund. I don't think we'll be raiding the PUF fund, but I think we'll be rearranging some of the funding and some of the double dipping that's going on in higher education and getting Texas Tech some priority.
I saw it was notable. Dan Patrick just had a press conference where he outlined his 88 priorities for the Senate. And the very first educational priority he listed was a new fund for non-PUF schools. So it does seem like the conversation is changing there and may be more of a priority this session than in previous ones. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I promise you there's been a lot of groundwork on this. I've been privy to some conversations since the summer. Senator Perry and Chairman Representative Burrows have been the tip of the spear on pushing through some new style of funding of higher education. The politics is the art of the possible. And so they have definitely spearheaded and pushed through some ideas that are actually possible for the funding of Texas Tech going into the future.
Have you given any thought to some of the committee placements that you'd like to get?
I have. Sometimes it's a little bit of bad luck to talk about it until you actually get appointed. But,
sure.
My interests are always business. I've got a passion for economic development, business, regulations, budgeting. I'm a big budgeter in spending. And, like I said, I've got a big interest in transportation issues, which West Texas needs to start paying attention to a little closer, I do believe. The whole state isn't the I-35 corridor. We've got the new Ports to Plains, I-27 is an interstate. We've got Loop 88. And I think our side of the state deserves some more consideration of funding for transportation projects.
Give us some insight into how that process works with trying to get your prized committee assignments as a freshman. How do you kind of position yourself to make sure that you have first pick?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm curious about that myself.
Okay, fair.
I'm new to the legislature. I'm not new to politics in the state. And I've got some relationships that go back, a dozen years or more with some of the legislators and some of the leaders around the state. I've known the governor for a long time. I've gotten to know the speaker pretty well and some of the other leaders in the Texas House. So I'm hoping that I can prove that it would be worthwhile and I would be an asset to certain committees. We're going to draw ping pong balls tomorrow. That'll give us our veteran status and our seniority status. And based on those ping pong balls, you get to choose, the limited amount of desks, which desk you want on the House floor and which office you want in the Capitol extension, and certain priorities on picking committees.
So you're not starting from zero. You have these years of experience in politics. You have some relationships, but ultimately it could come down to a ping pong ball. Could come
down to a ping pong ball. So I'm as curious as you or anyone else and how that's going to look this time tomorrow.
Wow. Okay, I have to ask you as well. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of attention, but there is a race for speaker. Have you given thought about who you're going to throw your support behind?
Yeah, I just think morally and ethically, Dave Phelan is going to be the speaker, hands down. I appreciate other people throwing their hat in the ring. I understand that not everybody always agrees on all of the issues, but the responsible thing for Lubbock is to back Speaker Phelan, who's done a great job, who's got constitutional carry done, who got the heartbeat bill done, and many other projects around the state that are important to conservatives and important to Texas. And he's going to deserve another term, and we'll get another term as Speaker.
All right. Well, Mr. Tepper, the next time I talk to you, it will be Representative Tepper, I'm sure. So thank you so much for taking the time. Best of luck as you wrap up freshman orientation, and I'll see you down in Austin.
Thanks so much. I hope I get to see you live next time. But right now it's fun. It's a nice day here in Austin, but I really can't wait to get back home to Lubbock. So I'll see you soon.
And coming up next, we're joined by a true Capitol whisperer, Harvey Kronberg, the publisher of the Capitol Insider's news source, The Quorum Report, will give us the inside scoop of the 88th session.